I now have the great pleasure of inviting to the stage Shri Prakash Javadekar, Honorable Minister for State with Independent Charge, Ministry of Environment, Forests, and Climate Change, Government of India. As a Minister for Environment, Forests, and Climate Change, Mr. Javadekar is one of the key leaders who is contributing to Prime Minister Modi's vision of a balanced growth that brings prosperity to people at large without compromising on the environment and nature. Mr. Javadekar is a prominent leader, the ruling BJP, and is their official spokesperson. He has been a member of the parliament for 8 years, and prior to that, member of the Legislative Council in his home state of Maharashtra. He has also been the president of Global Legislators Organization for a Balanced Environment in India. Globe India, a network of legislators working on environmental and climate change issues. The minister comes with decades of organizational and administrative experience and is widely respected for his leadership and organizational skills. Please let us all welcome the minister.
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to be here on the podium of Climate Week. The whole world is discussing climate change, and I'm an eternal optimist. So I believe that Paris will be a success, will reach and enter into a new regime which will take us towards a real climate justice also. But before that, yesterday, UN General Secretary Ban Ki-moon had organized a working lunch for world leaders. More than 25 prime ministers and presidents and few countries' ministers were there. I was with that. And I'll just read the menu. Spent grain bread. It was, and squash seed oil. Because on our regular menu, these are not the items which are spent grain mash left over from the brewing or distilling process, often composted or used for livestock feed. That was given to us. Squash seed oil, unrefined vegetable oil made from roasted squash seeds, which processors typically throw away. Then salad was landfill salad. It was from vegetable scraps, rejected apples and pears and chickpea water. Vegetable scraps, unwanted vegetable scraps, stalks and outer leaves salvaged from waste streams of large-scale food processors. And chickpea water, the liquid drained from the can of chickpeas. The main course was burger and fries. Off-grade vegetable, repurposed bread bun, bruised beet ketchup, pickled cucumber scraps, and cow corn fries. And last was coca husk custard. That was cascara, chantilly, nut press cake, cookie. So all this is symbolism, but still is important. I'll take time to visit of Pope, which was a historic visit here, and people appreciated it. I saw it yesterday even in Philadelphia, and his speech in UN. And before him, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke in UN, and I saw both the speeches and this menu all indicate towards sustainable lifestyle. It raises the issue of lifestyle because we have only one planet. And the latest Earth Overshoot report has clearly said that if we continue with our conspicuous consumption and extravagant consumption, and Pope used it, a word, throwaway culture. We'll have to throw the throwaway culture. That's what his message, if I have read him correctly. So that is what he is saying. And this means that ultimately, world will have to debate about lifestyle, and that is what Prime Minister Modi is continuously articulating it. Because climate change, we cannot tackle only with science and innovation. I believe in science and innovation. I'll come to that. But this is what is important issue. And whenever mayors from American various states and others come to India and we discuss, it's always an issue because I believe in American and all people, their intelligence, integrity, and their will to do something. But what to do? That's two, three ideas which we want to put up. First is lifestyle, because this latest overshoot report has said that with current consumption level will require 5 to 6 planets, and we don't have. By resolution, we can make many things. Paris Agreement we can make on paper, but we cannot create that new planet. And therefore, we must tackle this issue with sustainability. So the catchword is sustainable development, because yes, we want to develop. And India is showing a way. India is a large country, is a large economy, but also a poor country. It's a typical, because 30% of our population doesn't have the energy access. And we are now decided to take electricity in next 1,000 days to all the villages which are not till connected. And next 1,000 days will provide 24/7 electricity to all Indians. That's a big challenge. So energy consumption. But that means, are we going to adopt only coal-fired station? No. We have decided the sustainable way of development. And that way Modi ji has laid is 175 gigawatt of renewables. It's a huge program of the world. And it's like 100 gigawatts of solar. And that's for the next 7 years. We are talking in Paris. We are submitting our INDCs. I'll not reveal because we are doing it on first evening, that is on the eve of Mahatma Gandhi's anniversary, birth anniversary, because he is called as father of nation, and he is. And he said, when world was discussing the climate change issues, he said that the earth we have not inherited from earlier generation or ancestors. We have it on loan from future generations, and we must give them back at least how we received it, or let us make it little better. And that's the intensity of Prime Minister Modi, who has brought this tremendous renewable. There is a business opportunity also. But I have to say few things. Is I believe in human intent and intelligence. Because if human interventions has caused climate change, because from 1850 people were unaware, but they emitted carbon dioxide value, and now we are suffering today. If there is a temperature rise of 0.8 degrees, it's because of a historical response. And because of historical emissions, we are suffering today. And though India is not part of the problem, because cumulative emission, we are only 3%. But we want to be part of solution. And towards solutions, we are putting some new ideas in the world, on the global community. And therefore, if human interventions has caused climate change, human intent and intelligence will bring us newer solutions. And I hope in Kyoto, when the climate debate was on, and US has a huge contingent there, 700 people, and they discussed, but nobody thought in 1992 that there is shale gas waiting outside, and shale gas will be a reality in 10 years from now. And it happened, and it changed your carbon footprint. So I always eternal hopeful, as I said, because nobody knows when we are discussing here, hydrogen car may be waiting outside. It's possible. Let us not only daydream, but it is reality. It's the power of idea. It's the power of, nobody thought before Facebook or Google or Twitter or WhatsApp and whatnot. Whatnot is a not new utility which we are. But these ideas have changed lives. I was with Steve Jobs for 2 days in 1998. I was heading for IT task force for my country, IT for Masters. And therefore, he was telling us, and it was just impossible to believe that he is bringing all those utilities in handheld. But that's what happened. And therefore, I believe in human intent and intelligence. We will not collapse. There are some doomsayers. They are always there, says, oh, world is going to doom. Some people predicted that 2012 will be the end of the world. It didn't. But 2012 was a movie which did roaring business. That was a good part of it. So, what we are saying is that we must address the issue of lifestyle today or tomorrow, and we must bring out sustainability to its aspect. Climate justice is yet another, because poverty is the biggest pollutant. And when you have to address poverty, you must bring out people out of poverty. My priority is poverty eradication, and we will do it in next 10 years. So, but we will walk a sustainable growth path. So when our energy consumption will rise, still, which is just 1/10 of US average, we will raise our, but we will raise our non-fossil fuel energy share. Today it is just 20%, and we are going to make it double in next 10 years. That is what we are aiming at, and we'll take it further, because that is the way we believe a sustainable way out. Two more important points about the Paris. Paris, let us not complicate. People are talking about long-term goals, and then once the world is ready to take action, let us understand and welcome that from Kyoto, where only Annex 1 countries were mandated to take action, now the whole world has decided, with new sensibility and with realizing the threat of climate change, we must, every country must take action, and all are ready. All are coming with their INDCs. This is the best way forward. And I think this is not the time for blame game. This is not time for more expectation. This is the good beginning done, good beginning, and successful beginning is the half the success. Then in 2025, you can midterm review. 2030, we can go for another cycle where people will give their more ambitious. Now there is no backsliding. And therefore, Paris can become a festival of celebration, because the world is walking a new way forward where every country is taking action, not only Annex 1 countries are taking action. And so this is, I think, is important. Climate justice is important more because every person on this globe has a right. And 7 billion people, everybody is equal. So when everybody is equal, he has the right to grow. We can't deny him. We can't make his growth impossible by our newer rules, newer sanctions. We have to allow it. And therefore, climate justice is the demand. We are also saying, people are talking about carbon budget and carbon pricing, and it is important. But we are saying carbon credit. It is not as if I will not follow any rule. I will emit more carbon, and I will just pay for that bill, and I am free of sins. That won't happen. We must incentivize green initiatives. So instead of green carbon credit, we must come out with the concept of green credit. And that's how, with positive attitude, we can change not only discourse, but the way we live, the way we will progress, and the way we will allow the market mechanism to work. And therefore, all these three visits, Pope's speech and Narendra Modi's speech, there are so many similarities in it. Both are thinking of whole humankind. Both are thinking of poor people. All are thinking of development which is sustainable, because we have only one planet to save and serve. And that is our pledge with which India will grow. We aspire to grow because poor has aspirations to grow. And with that, we can all walk together and we can mitigate the challenge. Only one point I must make it out: the technology. I believe in IPR. I believe in innovation. And I believe that those who innovate must get something. But those prices and IPR costs should not become prohibitive. What's the way out? I have given a solution. That climate, there are critical technologies which are important for making energy cleaner. And clean energy technologies is what world needs to mitigate the challenge. And those technologies should not be prohibitive in cost. Therefore, Green Climate Fund can give money to those who has invented. They can purchase the part of IPR and provide it at an affordable cost to the world. That's the way out. That's the positive thinking. Otherwise, we'll end up, why we should think of profits only when we are talking that this is going to be a disaster. For fighting HIV/AIDS, we did it. Without IPR, we provided medicines. When we can tackle the HIV/AIDS challenge, this is much serious a challenge, and therefore technology evolution should be encouraged, but also must be disseminated in a way where there is an affordability to it, and they are compensated by Green Climate Fund. These are some new ideas with which we have come and we are putting on World Forum. And all you are the leaders of industries, of subnational governments, and all CEOs and other important people. Therefore, I was very happy to put some ideas before you, and we'll continue our dialogue. Thank you, and all the best.